I'm Douglas Ceto, with President and CEO of Ceto, and I am joined today by Alison Van Pelt, President and CEO of VPCtech. How are you today, Alison?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Douglas. I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, it's nice to be talking today. I think we have some exciting news to discuss with everyone. How Ceto and VPCtech are becoming one, and the great things that we're going to do for our clients. I think mutually, both our companies can bring more creative solutions to each of our client bases, and it's a very exciting opportunity for everyone. I think a lot of people know Ceto here, but I'll just take a moment to give a little background of Ceto and what we do, and then we'll give Alison a moment to talk a little bit about VPCtech and what they do. And hopefully it'll become real apparent to everybody why Ceto decided to acquire VPCtech. So Ceto was founded back in 1994, as many of you know. We are a bank management consulting firm that typically focuses on banks and credit unions around the country. We focus on small to mid-sized institutions, and we have a suite of solutions that we offer, one being around market research and competitive analysis. The second is about operational efficiency and how we can become more operationally efficient. And then the third is around vendor management and vendor lifecycle management and how we can also negotiate better vendor contracts. We do that with three marquee solutions. The first one is called Market View. That's the competitive one. The second is called ClearPoint. That's the operational one. And the third is called VendorLink. And VendorLink is the one that negotiates vendor contracts and helps with vendor lifecycle management. Our clients for years have been asking us for new solutions in different areas. And we started a search probably more than about a year and a half ago to try to find a company that would really fit into our ecosystem and be very complementary to what Ceto does. And that brings us to Alison, her team, and VPCtech. So Alison, if you could take a moment, just tell us a little bit about VPCtech, how you got started, and kind of some of the areas that you guys cover.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you, Douglas. So I personally started Van Pelt Consulting in 2019, coming out of a long career in banking and fintech consulting. My primary focus at that time was just to assist clients in transforming their technology stack during core conversions. It became very clear that a successful conversion really to DNA, which is where I grew up throughout my career, provided a unique opportunity for financial institutions to just continuously optimize and tailor the platform with its configuration options, integrations, apps, workflows, documents. There's just a lot to the robust platform of DNA. And we really saw an opportunity to help clients maximize its benefits and efficiencies using the platform. So after all the clients' efforts that I was working with, it was just really clear that clients needed additional assistance to help maintain their DNA platform successfully. And the idea of providing a richer experience to those clients evolved. So in January 2023, David Van Pelt, my husband and partner, joined me after a long career at Fiserv, leading the DNA core and surround engineering teams. We rebranded the firm as VPCtech with a simple idea: help clients optimize the DNA platform by providing rapid access to seasoned DNA experts. We love the DNA system, and we know how to tune it to achieve maximum efficiency, reliability, and speed. If you were to roam our virtual halls at VPC, you would hear team members having fun, collaborating with each other, and celebrating our clients' success. So we love that system, and we're just really excited to now bring it to the Ceto solution suite and help those clients as well.
Yeah, you touched on something that I love to hear, right? Which is part of our acquisition and strategy moving forward was anybody that we were going to work with had to have a great culture, right? Had to have a culture of caring for their employees, a good work-life balance, and really a lot of collaboration. And I think you guys have done a great job at that, in especially as you said, virtual halls. It is great to see how everybody on your team is connected, and we feel the same way here with a kind of a work-life balance that also has a lot of camaraderie and time together that we spend on focusing on the employees. But then what was even better was we're always client focused. We want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for the client, partnering with the client, and even after an engagement with the client, maybe even engaging in their community. And there has been nothing but great comments that we hear from all of your clients about the experience that you have with them. And I think you do have a little client focused right experience. I mean, tell me a little bit about how you came to that, putting the client first. I think it's really awesome.
Yeah, it's super interesting. So I was a client who converted to the DNA platform, coming out of Miser, and so I had a unique, bird's eye view, if you will, of what what that journey looks like, and then moving into the vendor space, working at Open Solutions, and then later Pfizer, really seeing it from the other side of the table, and transforming even that process internally, and then taking that into consulting and kind of stepping back into that client focused um, realm, and that journey is important because it really is the foundation of how we interact with clients. And the reason I hung my own shingle was to bring that experience and say, there's a better way to do this, and really be client focused and give enough of any one individual time and space to do amazing things and add just massive value. Just before we got on the phone together, I was speaking to one of our team members who came off of a DNA Go Live, and just chatting about the experience there and the success that they're having over the weekend into their first week going live on DNA. And she said, this is amazing. I've been doing implementations for years, but to be able to have fun and the energy of being with a client full time through their entire story on building the DNA platform and being here this week is just amazing and fun. And the client is appreciative, and I'm just having a great time. She goes, I'm exhausted, but I'll sleep next weekend. It's no big deal, right?
Sure.
It's just feels great. And so that foundation is now being carried forward to our entire team. And we're just seeing massive results come out of that simple concept of give people enough time to do awesome work and do what they love doing, and good things happen.
Sure. I mean, I think back about the solutions that you guys offer, and I myself at one point in my career was on a core conversion side, right? So we did core conversions of banking systems and trust systems. Um, it's a personal conversion. I mean, everybody's involved. There's so many nooks and crannies that take place during a conversion. Um, the smallest things that you take for granted on your current system that you can do have to be looked at and addressed as you move into a new system.
That's
So
right.
it's a massive undertaking, and I am just absolutely impressed at what you guys do and how you do it. But it really doesn't stop with just conversions, right? I mean, you guys do more than that, right? So over the last couple years, right, you've expanded some of your solutions into other areas. I'd love for you to talk about that so people could
Yeah.
learn a little bit more about them. But I think it's important to know that it's not just about that conversion, but there's so many things after a conversion that can happen. And there's so many complexities, even if you're living in a DNA system right now, that can make it better, right? So let's hear about those. I'd love to talk about those a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the story, to your point, the story is just beginning for that one client that I was just talking about. Um, they're going to learn a lot through that process, and we're going to be right there next to them, helping them through that next phase of their journey on the DNA platform to really optimize.
Right.
And so we've all sat in that seat of, okay, I'm going to make decisions today while I'm building the platform. And now I'm living with the decisions that I
Right.
made and with real live scenarios and situations. And so they're going to trip over things because that just is part of the process. And we're going to be right there to help them. So we have a couple of things that we've put together that clients are enjoying. We have our subscription service, which is, we like to call it our phone a friend model, where clients who've been on the DNA platform for years and years just sometimes need a helping hand, whether that is some key resources on their team have left and made other choices for their personal lives and now have left that financial institution in a bit of a challenge, needing some additional help and rapid access to expertise that we provide, or clients that are having some interesting challenges with performance and stability on the platform, whether they're in the Fiserv data center or they're in-house running their own platform. If it's not running as smoothly and as optimized, we can really take the time to dig under the covers of DNA and help that platform hum along very efficiently and provide an end user experience for whether it's tellers or loan personnel or operations folks to really have that end user experience and make their lives a little more efficient. And
Right.
little bits here and there can make a huge difference for a financial institution. So that's a couple of areas that we provide assistance. Um, One other key thing that clients are coming to us often with is batch optimization. So that
Mm.
nightly processing schedule
Right.
can be very painful at times and run long. I know when I was running my own DNA shop, it can be stressful to make sure that that nightly process goes uh, and hums along without a hitch. So really digging in and squeezing all the goodness out of that schedule and making sure that it's efficient is what we're all about. And
Right.
we love getting into that kind of work.
Well, it's interesting. I've talked to lots of people with different cores, DNA cores as well, and what I find interesting is sometimes they believe a core can't do something. That there's untapped technology inside there, and sometimes they run out to an external source to try to solve a problem, or they feel that there's some customization that needs to be done. But when they've engaged with yourselves, right, there's things like, no, we you can actually do that on the system. You just
Right.
it's an underutilized piece, right? I mean, these cores aren't cheap, and they're a big commitment for an institution. And people like Fiserv have put a lot of time and energy into putting as many features in there, but sometimes that feature awareness doesn't get down to the client. And so I find it amazing sometimes how you guys can just turn over a stone that they never knew there was something under that could just make their life so much easier.
Yeah, it's interesting because sometimes clients even have the knowledge, but they don't have the confidence to make
Right.
the change, right? And so just having one of our seasoned DNA professionals look over the shoulder or through a screen share, if you will, to say, that looks good to me. Let's make sure we understand what the business function you're trying to accomplish, and then
Right.
let's make sure that the technology can do it. And sometimes we get into a situation where maybe the platform can't do what they're asking it to do, and so in those cases, we can be that sounding board and even help clients write those business requirements so that they can take it back to Fiserv or to another partner that can help them now build that feature functionality. But you don't always want to go and customize, because
Right.
customization and coding is messy, it's expensive, and if the core platform can do it, then let's leverage that first and make sure that we've exhausted all of those opportunities before we just say, let's go write something new.
Sure. If I'm not mistaken, you have a young lady on your team. Her name, if I recall, is Bree. And
Yes.
fantastic young lady. Very impressed with her when I had the opportunity to see her here in Atlanta not so long ago. But her job is interesting, right? Her job is about understanding the changes in a core when they do a release, right?
Yeah.
And that's a pretty daunting thing when a core makes a big change, they put out a release, just interpreting that release and putting it out there for VPC tech clients to digest and understand. I think that's a unique service, and I think it's something. It sounds like everybody that works with you really appreciates that you guys take the time to dig into that release, understand, what changes might impact clients or what they should look out for or how they should handle it. I mean, tell me a little bit about that. How did you guys get into that? Because that's valuable.
It's super. So that's Aubrey, and you see
Yeah.
me just smiling. She is a one of our bright lights on the team. She is our practice lead over our subscription practice. So when we started our subscription solution, Bree was really helping to define what that looked like, and it started very simple. And it evolved, and she saw a need and said, you know what, we need to give our clients something that they can help decision and structure and understand and consume that release. And a lot of that evolves with just being around the platform for so many years and knowing that clients get behind on releases, because it's a lot of work just to
Hmm.
take that in, figure out what I'm even going to take out of that release and actually do something with, and then how do I test it? And there's just you have to run it like a project. And so she wanted to give our subscription clients this as a additional service that just got added in, where they can disposition and really see all of the feature functionality, make those decisions, and help them structure. So every time a release comes out, Bree or somebody on the subscription team will go in, consume all of that content, and then we expose that into a log that all of the clients can interact with their own version and
Hmm.
really help them consume that release and make those decisions. If they have questions about that release or that feature, our team members will get on the phone with them, talk them through that. And, we, ever since we started that process, clients themselves are really saying, this is worth everything that we do just to
Right.
have access to this document is worth the entire relationship with VPC. Everything else you do is fantastic, but this one thing is so valuable to us, because otherwise every single client would have to do that on their own, and we're just giving it to them. So it's a great platform, and we're just seeing a
Right.
lot of happiness come out of that from our clients, subscription clients.
Right. Sure. I mean, you get to leverage, the client really gets to leverage the experience of you having that conversation with dozens and dozens of banks at every release, and you're seeing the ups and downs and the pitfalls. So it's that the phone a friend is the subscription stuff, or the phone a friend is really great, but it's really like having a DNA expert kind of right there, a phone call away, that is just deeply knowledgeable on the system. And the great thing about it also is VPC Tech and its team is so well integrated that if one consultant that you're working with, that one friend that you phone doesn't have the answer, what we have found is throughout our entire due diligence process and getting to know many of them, somebody knows that answer. And there's a way in your team to put that out there. The team collaborates well together because some people on the team have stronger suits than others, and they can really get that answer. So it's powerful that the subscription service and even that piece that Bree's doing. And then it's not just Bree, right? It's everybody in the VPCtech ecosphere that can pull together to get that client that answer, which I think
That's right.
that's the power of not only having a deep seasoned group of people, but at the same time, it's the power of the collaboration. It's the power of the culture that you guys have created, where one feels like they can approach another and work together for the best interest of the client. It's a powerful thing when you have a group of professionals together. I don't think I've ever done it here. Maybe you guys have done it, but if we added up the number, it would be something crazy. Like we have over 2 million years of experience or something, right? But you guys have thousands of years or hundreds of years of experience, right?
We actually did add up the number. We haven't done it in a while. So we're close to 45 folks with over 900 years of DNA. Yeah,
Amazing.
it's insane. So one thing I want to add on our subscription clients that we recently started, in fact, today is our third subscription collaboration meeting with all of our subscription clients. And so we pull together key topics that clients want to talk about. I think we have more people at VPC than clients that attend this call. And so you get access to our full team of experts who are attending that call. And the agenda is pretty tight. We ask for topics, but it's a quarterly meeting that our clients can now collaborate. We talk about kind of trends that we're seeing, questions coming in, and then fast forward, I could see this potentially growing into, hey, this collection of VPC subscription clients want to maybe do a custom development project with Fiserv, and they can now collaborate on, kind of that JAD methodology of
Right.
let's build a joint requirement, and then the power of us together is stronger than an individual client. And so just that collaboration aspect of our clients coming together for the greater good is really fun to think about.
Yeah. Well, and that's so we've been talking about all the great things that you do and the collaboration, and it just brings us to the question of like, how are Douglas and Alison going to stick these two companies together? How are we going to integrate it, right? And I think
Right.
it's it's great because when we were looking for someone, we didn't want to find someone who had a bunch of overlap in the things that we do, right? We wanted something that was extraordinarily complementary to what we do. And I think at every turn, when you look at the VPC solution set that you have, and the solution set that we have, there's no overlap, but there's so many complements, right? So if you look at our ClearPoint solution, which is about operational efficiency, and when we go to try to give them advice on how to structure a product or how to, or how to move a process through their core quicker, maybe it's on their a loan processing system or their teller system, whatever it is, if there's efficiencies that can be gained, or we identify, said differently, if we identify inefficiencies in their system that can be resolved by just really digging into their core platform and trying to figure out if we can make those efficiencies better or create efficiencies, I think that's right there, complementary solutions. They come right together. Our operational teams are out there doing work and looking at things, and we're seeing areas of improvement that can happen in those core systems. And so right there is a natural fit, right off the bat. I think VPC clients and Ceto clients benefit. If you're in any part of the life cycle of your core, if you're going into a new core or you're negotiating a new core relationship, and DNA is part of that. Our vendor link service can come around and help you negotiate the best solution and get you the best price and stuff for the system that you're going into, and make sure that you're getting the best deal. But at the same time, after a core has been selected, you need to get it implemented. You need to do that conversion. So, the VPC suite of solutions, as we'll be calling it, will be able to come right alongside a client and help them get through that and carry them through their entire life of that relationship with DNA. And the good thing is, we've talked about it. It's not over time, Alison, we've talked about it not just being DNA, right? That we're going to spread our wings a little bit, right? We have the project management experience, the methodology is there with VPC, and it can be plugged into DNA, or it can be plugged into any other core or core conversion that's happening, because it's what I found impressive about yourself is, you have a strong project management, you have unique insights into seeing the problem. I think that's a great skill that you have. Like when you look at something, you can see the problem, and then you can marshal the resources to get those problems fixed, or to help them get through it. So that's, at the end of the day, as we move down this road together, certainly we'll spread our wings and take that solid project methodology and project implementation skill and management and bring that into other systems. In fact, I think you've dabbled in some other systems already.
Absolutely. Yeah. So our implementation transformation practice really is the only solution that is core agnostic, because I have done all the major cores, whether it's credit union or bank. Chances are I've been there either through merger and acquisition or net new installs. So yeah, so really excited to be able to apply that craft more frequently outside of the DNA platform. However, our, married up that project management, married up with our bench of DNA experts, really builds a lot of synergy just with that. And, when you were talking about the teams coming together, something just kind of popped out at me is just, it's where the strategy meets execution. And right now that's really squarely with DNA. So if your team at Ceto is working with a DNA client and advising them, you should add this to your suite of product services or go to market. How do we do that within the platform? Then we can come in and help them execute on that vision, which I think is so important, because sometimes in my past career in consulting, you tell a client you should do X, Y, and Z, and then you visit with them a year later and they still haven't actually done it. Great ideas, but they just can't get out of their own way. And so we can help lubricate that process and get them there, which will either increase their efficiency, right, or bring more revenue in, so that they're out in the market leveraging all of that goodness. And so that's really exciting to think about both of those sides of the house coming together for the greater good of our clients.
I mean, Ceto has been in business 30 years. We have over 2,000 clients. So you can imagine we have quite a few DNA clients out there that are just dying to have the services as part of the VPC suite of solutions and as part of Ceto. What also can happen, and what I see as a part of this good marriage that we're coming together, is there's lots of things that your clients are looking to do outside of their core, right? There's a competitive landscape that they're in with other banks and other credit unions. They may want to understand what's going on in that environment. So we can quickly bring to VPCtech clients, we can bring competitive analysis with our market view solution, help bring more money to the bottom line of a bank or a credit union, and sometimes justify projects. Maybe there's a project that you've helped them identify, and they want to get some custom development done, or they want to change something up in the core. Doing a market view engagement with us on the Ceto side can find money, find more revenue opportunity that can be then turned back into other projects that they might want to take on that maybe they didn't have the money to do beforehand, right? So market view can help the clients with competitive landscape. Certainly many of your clients, all of your clients, right, have vendor contracts. We know from working with our clients that, a bank or a credit union could have 150, 200 different vendor relationships. So we can quickly come alongside some of the VPCtech clients, right? And we can help them negotiate vendor contracts that they have. Maybe it's their, debit card processing. It could be their armored car provider, ATM network, many systems that a lot of VPCtech clients have, that we can quickly lean into those clients and help them solve problems that maybe they have on their agenda that we can now bring to the table and bring some solutions. So a lot of cross selling opportunities and synergies
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, and the banking technology space is just rapidly changing. It changes
Mm-hmm.
every single day. And that
Yep.
churn just creates new problems and opportunities for financial institutions. So kind of having, the legs of the stool balance, right? So that
Right.
clients can leverage all the goodness, whether it is, um, you know, conversion related or it is a new system outside of the core, right? Like any of that churn just creates new challenges and opportunities that we can help them think through. So it
Right.
is super exciting. And I think, you all do, the Ceto side also does contract negotiation, right? And so that is helpful because I get asked that question all the time. And I look at a lot of contracts, but I don't think I'm good at necessarily negotiating. So, to be able to bring that as an expertise to our clients is going to be fantastic because that's not what I excel at. I'm good at what I'm good at, and I know what I'm not good at. And so
Right.
I always want to put that best foot forward. So yeah, super exciting. Lots to bring to the Ceto clients as well as the VPC clients.
That's the fascinating thing about this particular uh, coming together, is that we're just allowing each other to be great at what we do, and we're going to support each other while
Yeah.
we do it, right? And from a strategic standpoint, I mean, Cito's been really trying to offer more solutions to our clients and build, not to only be just a consulting firm, but to embrace what you said, that world of fintech is changing quite a bit, right? So a lot of people that maybe keep up with Cito or haven't heard is we're also just launched our Nova platform. And our Nova platform brings a lot of fintech solutions that our clients have been asking for quite some time. So I would encourage you to certainly dig into not only the VPCtech suite of solutions that we'll be offering, but dig into our Nova solutions as you come and visit our website or do some research. And I think you'll find that we have some great software solutions that are being launched now and in throughout the rest of this year, that are going to help clients with a myriad of things, from competition and identifying and keeping up with competition, to benchmarking data, to operational efficiencies, contract lifecycle management. A lot of great and exciting things from the software perspective are also coming in, right? So, we've been working on the software for quite some time, but we needed to fill that gap of that core, and how can we address the core market and answer those questions. And you're that other leg of the stool, right? VPCtech's the other leg of the stool. And it really has helped us navigate and round out our strategic offering, right? So we can be a great consulting firm, but at the same time have some fintech solutions that our clients are also looking for. So it's a really super exciting time for us. It doesn't go without notice, so certainly, that we understand and see that VPC has a tremendous name in the market, right? And the reputation that yourself and David have in the Fiserv and the DNA community is spectacular. And one of the things that you and I sat down and had a lot of conversations with, and you sat down and with our marketing team and had a lot of conversations, was how are we gonna name it? How are we gonna bring it into the Ceto environment? And we decided that the best way to go to help protect the brand and acknowledge the brand that you have is to basically drop the tech. We're going to go with VPC, and then we're going to put a tagline under it called a Ceto company, because we want your name to still be out there. Your reputation, what do they say? Your reputation precedes you, right? I guess everybody knows Alison or David or knows somebody on your team. So we want to make sure that we continue to be out there with the VPC name and just connect to Ceto by saying it's a Ceto company. The VPC suite of solutions will sit on the Ceto website, very easy to find, and you can definitely dig into all the things that VPC does and reach out to us here at Ceto. I think we have a bright future together as two companies. I think your team has, not only you and David, but your whole team has impressed us as we've had an opportunity to get to meet them. So we're extraordinarily excited about our future together and our future for our clients. Alison, would you like to add anything in closing?
Yeah, I would actually. VPC is ready for this next step in our journey, and we've really prepared for this very thoughtfully. I want to assure all of our clients that we're going to continue working. They'll be enjoying working with our team members that they trust. 100% of our team is coming over and are excited. So you will not skip a beat in our relationship, and anything that you're currently working on will continue. So just want to, if that is a thought or a concern, we are going to be the new VPC, a Ceto company, but it is the VPCtech people that you know and love to work with will
Right.
stay strong. So we're just really excited about this next part of our journey together.
Well, Alison, thanks for taking some time, and hopefully people will get to see us again, maybe on the phone over a conference call or a video call, talking about their needs, or at a conference coming up. I think we'll be out at some conferences as Ceto and VPCtech, a Ceto company, out there spreading the gospel, as they would say,
That's
about
right.
the two companies. So
That's
thanks a
right.
lot. Thanks a lot,
Thank
Alison.
you.
Have a great day.
You too.